Hello, everyone, and welcome to Booming Encore's Tweet Talks. This is where we talk about some of the topics that have been trending and discuss our perspectives. Today, I'm joined by Mike Drak. Mike is the author of Victory Lap Retirement, and my name is Susan Williams, and I'm the founder of Booming Encore. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Susan.
Mike, I thought we'd first chat about a topic that was published today on Entrepreneur, and it was around how baby boomers actually prefer to work from home. Any surprises there for you?
No, not really, because working at home is wonderful because you escape the commute and all those other things that we didn't like about work. But I think everyone needs purpose. They need something to do, and they're starting to see that, and
Absolutely.
they're waking up to this need to have something to do. And I'm lucky. I have a book I'm working on, so every day I know if there's something there I need to do, and it gives me a good use for my time. But I feel sorry for people that are just sitting there moaning, especially if we have another 90 days to go. But I don't know.
Well, the thing is, it made me start to think back to, I remember in the mid 80s when it was the first time that we were actually exposed to getting email at home. And that was such a big deal. I still remember that. And then it slowly moved into, wow, okay, now we're running 7/24 because people were, sending emails in the middle of the night. I think now baby boomers, because of that
Right.
extensive background we've been able to actually do a better job of balancing it and sort of kind of that ability to start and stop the workday. And I think that's possibly where they were saying some of the other generations are having a more difficult time actually doing that work-life balance, and as well as the fact that they may be a little bit more ambitious in their careers at this point than baby boomers are, and so that they recognize the value of having that personal interaction as it relates to their career success. So I thought it was an interesting article, and so if anybody's interested in actually reading that, just check out our Twitter feed, and you can see that. Okay, Mike, now the second topic is I had the opportunity to interview Dr. Sean Hayes again around relationships, as you and I mentioned a couple of sessions ago, about the increase in divorce rates in China after people were coming out of the lockdown. And so that
Right.
need to actually keep that positive relationship in the household, as we're all actually isolating. So how's things in your household? How are you guys coping?
I noticed that it goes in waves. One day I'll be in a good mood and my wife won't be. And the next day it kind of switches. I think everyone needs a turn at being a little bit miserable and to have the ability to complain a little bit because it's a release, but try not to hit them, you both do it on the same day because that's when the problems start. And yeah, I noticed, I mentioned before about the TV remote. All of a sudden, that's starting to turn into a little bit of a battle. But yeah, it's tough. But you have to respect the other person and you have to say, okay, you know what? We both need some alone time too. Like we don't have to sit there and do everything together. So you have to respect that. So if I want to read a book, great. You watch some TV or do something else that you want to do. But yeah, it's increased togetherness can be a good thing or it could be a bad
Yeah, it's so true. And what I liked was he was saying, we need to recognize that this is exceptional circumstances. I mean, this is not normal. So, as a result, people's behaviors are going to be somewhat altered, and not everybody's going to be behaving like their quote normal self, in these sort of in unnormal times. And so some of the suggestions that he said is like, go back to basics, like make sure that you're getting enough sleep, you're eating well, you're getting some exercise, and like you said, getting some alone times is important to actually recognize people's space and be okay with that.
thing.
I think if you don't want to get on each other's nerves, sometimes the best thing to do is just kind of walk away if you're feeling it. So anyways, there's some good suggestions
Yeah, but
there.
you can't walk outside, Susan. You can't walk outside. But I'll tell you, this is a good test for retirement because if you both retire at the same time, this is exactly what you're going to be going through and experiencing. So if you're having a hard time now, be careful because you're going to experience it again. And maybe this will give you some good ideas on what you need to work on.
Yeah,
Because it's funny, all those old things that used to bother you from years ago, I noticed they tend to bubble up some days, right? And you hear stories like, you remember when? Like, no, I don't remember when. But it's funny, people's minds and what they remember. And, you got to be careful.
Yes, so true, Mike, so true. Okay, and then the third topic I thought I would shoot you over was there's a test that you can do. It's a simple stand-sit test, and supposedly it tells you, or it gives you some indication of how well you're aging, because what it tests is sort of your mobility, your strength, and your level of fitness, if you want to call it that. Did you try it?
I didn't try it because
Uh,
I tried it a number of years ago and I couldn't do it then. I'm terrible flexibility wise. And but it's a wake up call because if you look at it, you say, okay, I'm getting older. We're all getting older. We got to stay in shape. We core exercises are important. So what I've been doing is rowing 5,000 meters every day. I have a rowing machine in the basement. So I do that. I do other things, but I still couldn't do that exercise there because I would struggle with it. I should practice yoga and things like that, but I'm too lazy.
yeah, strengthen your core. Strengthen your core. That's what they keep saying. Strengthen your core. Make sure
It's
you work
true.
on your muscle mass.
It's so true. And as you get older, many people, you hear stories about people falling down, slipping, things like that. It all relates to the core muscles too, right? And keeping
Yeah.
balance. So it's so important. It's something to be cognizant of and something you need to work on. But like I said, for me, it's the rowing machine.
Yeah, I thought it was a good reminder. And it's a quick way to do a test. Just make
Oh,
sure you
yeah.
move all the furniture away from you when you try it.
Oh, that's right, because you're going over. So
Yeah, maybe for those that might need a spotter.
that's right. That's right. No, but it's funny. You see some older people try to get off a sofa or something, and they struggle sometimes. And
Yeah,
it's the core muscles again, right?
yeah, absolutely. Okay,
Oh,
well,
good
Mike,
wake up call.
it is. It's a good wake up call, and I think the other thing that's also somewhat hopeful is that you can do something about it. And
Oh yeah, you can improve. That's the thing. If you work at it, you can improve. And I'm working on getting rid of this gut of mine because it just drives me crazy. And it
okay,
will improve my core.
all right. Well, you'll have to tell us about how you're developing your six pack then later.
Oh yes, one day. The only way I'll get close to a six pack is when I go to the LCD.
Okay, well, listen, have a great day, Mike, and I hope everybody finds this information somewhat interesting. Anyways, you can find it on our Twitter feed at Booming Encore, and hope everybody has a great day. Be sure to stay safe out there. See you later, Mike.
Take care, Susan.